Yeah, but you want to get out of the habit of blanketing everything into one category.
Okay.
Because as a healer, now, when I say as a healer, the business of you all taking charge of your body, you're going to become a healer of a greater or lesser degree anyway. So even if you're the healer of yourself, or if you're a healer of other people, still the business of healing requires that you have the mind of discernment, that you don't automatically give everything a general category, because you want to know the nature of that which perplexes you, so that once you break it down, now it doesn't look formidable anymore. You become the master over it. The business of a common cold. Now, cold is supposed to be a cold germ that jumps on you when you get out in the rain without a hat on, and then it'll capture you and destroy you. When in real life, it has nothing to do with that. A cold is actually a cleansing crisis. When your body builds up too much mucus in your lungs, it has to throw it out. So it generates a cold to clear the lung capacity. Oh, well, you got these cold germs. Okay.
So really and truly, whatever was stimulating that was already brewing in the body.
There it is.
Way before the cold
Thank
physically
you.
exposed itself.
The cold is the finality. So these germs that are present whenever a person has a cold, they came there to eat the excess mucus. So they were benefactors. They weren't the cause. Oh, he coughed on me, I got sick. No. You was already clogged up. And you just got an opportunity to start expelling. You know. So now, if you can't catch a cold, you also can't catch
Fever.
asthma. You can't catch asthma. You can't catch pneumonia. You know, one of those things is a higher degree of the other. So by the time you get asthma, that's like a really advanced cold. What is it? It's buildup of mucus, like so much can't breathe because all of the lung capacity is clogged. But the biggest thing that you want to be mindful of is not healing yourself with one hand and making yourself sick with the other hand. You know? Because like, I've been in this field for like 44 years, and there's quite a few times that I quit. I just fed up.
Dealing with people.
Yeah, because they get well and run right back out and do the same things they were doing before and get sick again.
That's a lot. That's how a lot of cancer patients, once they clear the anesthetic, they go back to eating the same way.
Exactly.
I was there because I said, well, wait a minute. If somebody cured this cancer and he went into a remission, what's this thing called remission? Because it sounds like you're doing something wrong. If they fixed it, what are you doing that brought it back, that invited it back in?
They're not changing.
They're not making a shift.
If you
They're not
think
making a
about
change.
some people,
That's true.
and I'm sure you've heard it many a time, and you talk about diet, and you say you have to give up certain things, they'll tell you in a minute, oh, I can't give up my carbs, I can't give up my dessert, I can't give up the sugar, and you're just like, are you kidding me?
Or a person, like you saying, or a toxic person, oh, I'm going to get better with cancer, but I'm still married to the same person who beat me and abused me. And it's going to keep coming back over and over again, but you never want to let go.
One of the things, because when I first was working with him, and I looked and said, oh, I'm going to tell you right now, that ain't going to happen. But we have to understand that's a natural reaction to people when you're telling them they're going to give up something that they've made a relationship with for years. One of the parts of the work of his workshop that I'm contributing to is the preparation for change through meditation, preparing people to begin to learn to speak to themselves, to speak that healing and help in. Because for me as a metaphysician, The meditation will be talking and addressing that ability to speak ourselves to healing, to speak ourselves. They tell you in church, speak that healing, speak that spirit. For me as a metaphysician, spiritualist, those who are closer to healing are those who are closest to their faith, whatever it is. Closest to your primal creator. So in our meditation, we have to get to that space to be prepared to set the ground fertile so that as the knowledge is coming in of what he's going to offer us for change, it'll be able to come in. And we learn to have some acceptance with ourselves for wherever we are, where we are. I'm the soft touch, because he told me da-da-da-da, and I looked right at him. Yeah, right, like that's going to happen now, Ha Gahn. And I love you, I honor you, but it took a minute. In fact, it took almost, before I could really get into the work, it took almost 3 weeks to get prepared mentally to get into the work of what he was suggesting for me to make the change, to heal. So
That's a good point.
sometimes we have to be gentle with some people as we coax them through this path, because it takes some energy and strength.